Define the vertical alignment of your life. So I think that there are decisions that we make in life about who we are that are steadfast and stand true. These are your value systems, your morals, and things you stand for. That you don't ever have to question. Like, I'm committed to my marriage. I don't have to question that. That never comes into play. When interesting energy that isn't good comes into my space that's provocative, I can choose to go, no, I've made a decision that I'm committed to my husband. So I think it's really important that you start to ask yourself, you know, what are the alignments of my life? Like what do I stand for? What is important? And when these decisions are made, you don't even have to think about them again. They're just done. I'm mother and I'm there for my kids. It's a given. It's a decision I've made. I chose to have a child. There's her priority on this list. Chose to be in a committed marriage. I chose to give my company 100% and do my work. I chose to, you know, so what are the alignments of your life? So, you know, lots of people, what is the alignment? Is it God? Is it spirit? Is it self-care, family, career, health, wellness? What does it look like for your life? Define that right now. What is your vertical alignment? And maybe it needs to change, or maybe something new's come into play. But what's your vertical alignment going to be for 2013? What do the priorities need to be? And how should they be aligned? And it doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean, maybe you don't believe in God, it doesn't even have to be there. But what's going to be there first? Is it your family? Is it your kid? Is it your new project you're working on? What is it? Where do all those pieces fall into place that are important to you? If they're important enough to write them down, where do they fit into the order? It's great. We live in this world where we have so much opportunity and we get to choose so much because we're no longer living at a primal level where we're having to hunt and gather. So we're not in that place where the stress was just to live. We have choice now. And this has been going on for a while, but we'll notice that we'll actually live at a very primal level sometimes. Like the second that there's an earthquake, do you notice that all that becomes important is, do we have enough food? Do we have water? Mm-hmm. The kids are okay. My family's with me. How can I get my husband home? Mm-hmm. Like you go instantly to that place as soon as there's a crisis. So that's the really quick way to know what's the most important stuff. First of all, I believe that we will be carried through this. You might go to there and then you'll go, okay, but then my family's all here. That's what was important. Where do you go? You know, and I've done this with teams in corporate and it's been so interesting because we'll have all these words and they'll get to arrange them how they want them. And I literally have people, and it's not for me to judge, but they will go, money is the most important to me because it's what allows me to do all these other things. And it's not judging. It's just, that's what they chose. And I'm like, okay, I can see your perspective and your reason why that is number one. Because without that, like, so they've, you know, it's like, how have you defined it? And it can be any order for you. Like, what does it look like? Or for some people, money doesn't even matter. Just, they don't even care about it. It doesn't even come into play.